All right, everybody. So, you know what? Before I read some of this Child Bride, which I think we're on chapter, I want to say 6. Let me see here. Chapter 3, chapter 4, chapter 5, A Stage Mother. Talking about Deborah Paget. Secrets Revealed. Secrets Revealed is chapter 6. Before I do that, I'm going to open a pack of cards. Before I open that pack of cards, though, I am going to get a new case of sleeves so I can sleeve them right away. I appreciate everybody joining in on this video with me. You guys have been watching it faithfully. And I'm going to end up, when I get done with the whole book, I'm going to put them in a playlist. Right now, there's The Truth About Elvis and Priscilla. And then there's the Rarest Photos playlist. And then there's going to be the Reading of Child Bride playlist. So if you're wanting to catch up or read along from part 1 all the way through, it'll be there for y'all to organize and view it. So I'm not going to eat the super bubble gum out of this. I learned the lesson last time and took a small little bite, and it was not tasty, and it didn't really work. So what do we got here? Let's go from the back. Elvis Facts number 42. Okay, so let's see here. I'll put it on the top here. Number 42. That's not gonna. I'll put it on Child Bride. I'll put it on Priscilla's face. Give me a second here. That way it covers up Priscilla's face. Number 42. Elvis was a gentle, obedient, religious boy with a likable disposition. His only vice was an occasional puff of a Havatampa cigar. Collect all 66 cards. This is number 42. Go and stick that in this place and keep that card. Looks pretty minty fresh to me. That's a PSA 9 or 10 or 9.5. Sometimes you get a good pack of cards. Number 17, Elvis Facts. The photo was taken on the set of the movie G.I. Blues, filmed in 1960. The movie also starred Juliet Prowse. It was produced by the well-known Hal Wallace. There we go. Looks like that could have bubblegum on it. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, just like a little flaky bubblegum. That must have been... Huh. Interesting. Anyways, that's going in his case. Elvis Facts number 23. Besides, Elvis's original resting place was beside his mother at Forest Hill Cemetery in Memphis. Both were later moved to the grounds of Graceland for the final entombment. Cool picture of Elvis right there singing. Got to be early on in his Vegas career because he doesn't have the jumpsuits. So 69, 70, something like that. For his live shows, maybe not Vegas, maybe somewhere else. Elvis Facts number 36. His professional record featured That's Alright Mama with Blue Moon of Kentucky. On the flip side, this record was released in 54 on the Sun label. Interesting. So there's like little powder kind of in here. That must be from the bubble gum deteriorating in the pack for 46 years. It's pretty dang cool. All right, a couple more cards. We'll get through this, and then we'll get to the reading. So I guess each pack has what? 1, 2, 3, has 7 cards. There's 4 right there. Now I got Priscilla uncovered. I don't want to uncover her. Number 41, on March 24th, 58, he was inducted in the Army. While in the service, he took a cut in pay from over $100,000 to $78 a month. So he was making about $1.2 million a year. Maybe that's what he was profiting, and that was some phenomenal money, which is why he could buy Graceland and all that other stuff. Elvis Facts number 39. Elvis's movie career carried him through 33 films. His first was Love Me Tender. The title song became a major hit for Elvis. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. Love me tender, love me long. Number 37. Some of his early nicknames were Elvis the Pelvis, Mr. Wiggle, and Shake. His gyrations drove the fans. Wow, this is where the bubble gum was at, but it looks like, well, it looks like right there we get a damaged card. Huh, and a bubble gum stain. Do I want to put it in a case? Sure, I'll put it in a case. It's still pretty cool, you know. What I need to do is I need to maybe send one out to you guys. Something like that. Okay, well, let's get to reading here. I'm going to go and stick these up here. away from the reading part. Looks like that's going to go there in the middle. Those are just extras up there. Child Bride, Chapter 5. Let's get a little of this reading in. Or Chapter 6. All right. Chapter 6, Secrets Revealed. The apparent existence of two Priscillas became more evident as Priscilla Beaulieu entered the junior high. Sorry, I'm getting a little warning to sync my Apple Watch, which I don't really want to do. Apologies for that. Let's get started again. The apparent existence of two Priscillas became more evident as Priscilla Beaulieu entered junior high in 57. She was still outwardly demure, with the same cat-like inscrutability, a facade her boyfriend Mike Edwards would later refer to as the mask, because it so adeptly hid what was really going on. But just below the surface lurked the naughty Priscilla. Priscilla and Pam, especially Priscilla, was attracted to older boys. Some of the freshman, sophomore boys thought she was the cutest little trick that ever walked and talked, recalled Christine Laws. Soldiers on the base, grown men, oogled Priscilla at 12 and a half. We used to ride the bus, remembered Pam, go to the root beer stand and the PX. The soldiers all looked at her. The magnet was Priscilla's dainty doll features. It was more her face than anything else, agreed Cal White, who dated Priscilla in Austin. She had the prettiest features I had ever seen in my life. Even the boys' mothers marveled at Priscilla. Her eyes were outstanding, Charlie Clement's mother, Mary remembers. The irises had a dark ring around them. Though she didn't put on airs, as her friend Evangeline put it, Priscilla was obsessed with her appearance. A 7th grade teacher recalled Priscilla opening her mirrored compact in class more often than her textbook. She and Pam handled the attention of their older admirers with aplomb. They acted like they were 20, Taylor Keene remembered. They were so much more sophisticated. For the first time in Priscilla's childhood, the Beaulieus remained in the same city for 3 consecutive years, giving their daughter's life a semblance of permanence. Now, I do have to say that it's terrible to be moved around, to be a military child, to be moved around and not to have a consistent life, a consistent, not just a consistent life, but consistent friends. So I do feel bad for that. Anybody that has to go through that. Yet Priscilla herself was not stable. She was constantly, intensely competitive with her best friend, and she had become quite aggressive around boys and was developed a finely honed ability to get what she wanted by manipulating others. As one close Texas friend put it, you like her, you can enjoy her company, but you can't feel 100% sure of Priscilla. That's just part of knowing her, and you have to accept it. She was kind of like a little honeypot, said Mary Clements, who lived across the street, describing Priscilla at 13. At 13. This birthday she celebrated on the last day of 7th grade. She liked older boys, and she'd sit in the yard and watch while they played football on our front yard, which is pretty normal, hoping to attract them and succeeding. Overall, though, Priscilla was a popular girl in a popular crowd, a cheerleader who was great at the new dance craze, twist, and friendly to all. Doesn't sound very shy there, right? Until that summer when everything changed. It began like any other summer evening at the Beaulieus. Priscilla was babysitting for Dawn and Michelle, then 6 and 3, while Paul and Ann attended a party. Bored, she wandered into her parents' bedroom while her little brother and sister were asleep and began snooping through the closet, mulling through things. Her eyes fell on an old trunk buried in the back. Priscilla found herself drawn to it, strangely compelled to see what was inside. And as I'm opening it, she recalled, I had this unbelievable feeling. Inside, folded neatly on top, was an American flag, the type presented to the widows of servicemen. Priscilla's heart raced, and I kept thinking, I shouldn't be doing this. It was too private. But as I was exploring, I kept wanting to go in. But then something was saying, don't go any further, and I kept going further and further. Under the flag, she found a cachet of carefully preserved yellowing love letters addressed to Rooney, her mother's nickname as a girl, from someone named Jimmy. Beside them were her mother's passionate replies. Mesmerized, Priscilla reached inside the trunk for more. On the bottom was a sea of pictures, photographs she had never seen before of herself as a baby, along with photos of herself alone and with her mother. She found a photograph of Anne beside a dark, handsome stranger as baby Priscilla lay in her arms. On the back in her mother's handwriting were the words, Mommy, Daddy, Priscilla. A chill ran down Priscilla's spine as she studied the picture more closely. The face of the stranger in the photo was her own. She had stumbled upon a personal Pandora's box, and I kept finding more pictures and finding more pictures and finding certificates, she recalled several decades later. A birth certificate, baptismal records, finding my life, in front of me. That was different from what I knew. Priscilla sat in front of the trunk, unable to move, cognizant that in her hand was the solution to the riddle of her childhood, that she was face to face with the secret. That's where we're going to stop tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow, I may start over from the very beginning again, but I wanted to give you all something tonight and then finish through chapter 6. So thanks for being with me. This is Rare Elvis Photos, TCB TLC. Till next time.